King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived according to scripture, wrote 8 chapters of love poetry, the Song of Solomon, and buried inside those verses is a recipe. Chapter 8, verse 2, I would give you spiced wine to drink, the nectar of my pomegranates. Spiced wine, not plain wine. Wine infused with specific spices and mixed with pomegranate juice. A drink that appears throughout ancient literature not just as a luxury, but as a remedy, a calming agent, a way to bring the body down from the tension of the day and into rest. And modern sleep science has now identified the exact compounds in these ingredients that explain why it worked. History wine in the ancient world was almost never drunk plain. It was mixed, spiced, diluted, infused. Pure wine straight from the wineskin was considered barbaric by most cultures. The Greeks called their spiced wine oinomaly wine with honey and herbs. The Romans had mulsum and conditum wines infused with everything from cinnamon to saffron to myrrh. But the tradition goes back further to the ancient Near East, where wine was routinely blended with pomegranate juice, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, and honey. Proverbs 9:2 says that wisdom herself has mixed her wine, the mixing was the refinement, the art. In Song of Solomon, the spiced wine represents intimacy, comfort, the deepest form of welcome, but it also represents something practical. In a world without electric light, where sunset meant the end of all activity, the evening drink was the transition from labor to rest. It calmed the nerves, it warmed the body, it prepared the mind for sleep. Every household had their version. The spices varied by region and wealth, but the principle was universal. Wine carried the spices into the blood, and the spices did their work. Science red wine contains melatonin, the same hormone your body produces to regulate sleep. Studies have measured between 50 and 250 nanograms of melatonin per milliliter of red wine, depending on the grape variety. Wine also contains resveratrol, an antioxidant that has been shown to support healthy sleep architecture and reduce inflammation that can disrupt rest. Now add the spices. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, which has been studied for its ability to lower blood sugar before bed. High blood sugar is one of the most common disruptors of sleep. Cardamom has been used in traditional medicine as a nervous system relaxant. Cloves contain eugenol, an analgesic compound that reduces pain and tension. Pomegranate juice adds tryptophan, the same amino acid found in turkey that makes people drowsy, along with additional melatonin and polyphenols that support relaxation. Honey, added to sweeten, provides glucose that helps tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier more efficiently. It's why a warm drink with honey before bed has been a universal remedy across culture. Put all of this together in one cup and you have a synergistic sleep formula that addresses blood sugar, muscle tension, pain, melatonin levels, and tryptophan delivery simultaneously. No single sleeping pill does all of that. Villain, the sleep aid industry, generates over $75 billion annually. Prescription sleeping pills come with side effects including dependency, morning drowsiness, memory problems, and in some cases, parasomnias, sleepwalking, sleep eating, even sleep driving. Over-the-counter options are often just antihistamines repackaged. They knock you unconscious but don't produce restorative sleep. You wake up groggy, not refreshed. Solomon spiced wine costs less than a bottle of grocery store red wine and a few spices. It produces genuine relaxation, not chemical sedation, and it has no side effects beyond the warmth in your chest and the quiet in your mind. Devotion picture Solomon's palace at evening. The last light is fading over Jerusalem. The stone corridors are cool, oil lamps flicker in their niches, the king sits in his private chambers. The weight of ruling a nation, the disputes, the construction of the temple, the diplomacy, the 1,000 decisions, all of it pressing down. A servant brings a cup. Clay, simple, warm to the touch. Inside, red wine dark as garnet, swirling with spice. Cinnamon bark and cardamom pods have been simmering in the wine over low heat. Pomegranate juice has turned it deeper, richer. A ribbon of honey dissolves slowly at the bottom. Solomon lifts the cup. The aroma rises warm, sweet, layered. He drinks slowly. The wine enters his blood. The cinnamon begins its quiet work on his blood sugar. The cardamom softens the tension in his shoulders. The pomegranate delivers its tryptophan to his brain. The wisest man in the world closes his eyes. The day releases its grip. And sleep comes the way it was designed to, gently, naturally, carried in on a cup of something ancient and warm. Recipe here is Solomon's spiced wine adapted for your kitchen. Take 2 cups of dry red wine, something rich and full-bodied, Cabernet, Merlot, or a Mediterranean blend. Pour it into a small saucepan. Add 1 cinnamon stick, 4 whole cardamom pods, lightly crushed, 3 whole cloves, and the peel of half an orange. The oils in the peel add brightness and contain limonene, another calming compound. Heat the wine gently over low heat. Do not boil it. Boiling burns off the alcohol and the delicate compounds. Just warm it until steam begins to rise and the spices start to bloom. About 5 minutes. Remove from heat. Stir in 1 tablespoon of raw honey. Add a 1/4 cup of pure pomegranate juice. Strain into a cup. Hold it with both hands. Drink it 30 minutes before bed. Slowly, the way an evening was meant to end. Pomegranate, honey, the recipe hidden in the Song of Solomon. The nightcap of kings. We medicalized sleep. We turned rest into a problem to be solved with pills. And the wisest man who ever lived solved it with a cup of warm wine and a handful of spices. Share this with someone who's lying awake tonight. Subscribe and hit the bell.